H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we call broadcasting all over the world. Matter of fact, I'm on the West Coast, and he's in Houston. But on this good Wednesday morning, Women Rock Wednesday. I can't wait to get it started. I'm looking and making sure. I see you, fellas. I see you. One of my guys been all over overseas, something over in the in I think in Africa. I guess he's back now. I'm glad to see his name pop up on the screen. Frank Miles. You know what? I'm not gonna wait on the women no more. It's Women Rock Wednesday, but I just can't wait on them. We got a show just for them on Wednesday. They got to be here early. And I know they're doing their makeup and doing their hair and all that good stuff, but I need y'all to be here a little bit early. So, fellas, I see you. I'm gonna shout out to my fellas. I see you, Daryl. I see you. Keith Avery, I ain't seen you in a while. Where your wife at, man? Um, Sterling Creeks, where your friends at? Do me a favor, man. Text, tag, and tell some of your women friends today. Got interesting topic. I need my women today. I need to talk to them today. I need a woman's point of view because y'all, I saw how soft y'all were yesterday. I'm just, y'all just don't understand, man. You wasn't here. If you wasn't here, I ain't talking about you. But yesterday, these guys people had a chance to just talk about whatever it was ailing them in the summer basketball community, and they just sit back and watch and listen to what I was saying. Don't y'all know that's toxic? That's called a toxic relationship. When all the time I'm I'm giving, I'm giving and giving, trying to see some of y'all. And the other person ain't giving. You feel me? You got to get the conversation grows. I look at y'all comments. Y'all comments are more important to me than anything that I've got. Let me tell y'all something. I prepare. Unlike other people, I don't know what other people do. I prepare uh at least 2 hours worth of things every single day, brand new content every day that we can talk about. Okay? Every day, Cedric. Every day. I don't just come on here and run my mouth, Cedric. This thing is carefully. Uh, I'm trying to go. It's not scripted, but they said study to show yourself approved. So what I do in everything I'm doing, the life I'm living, everywhere I go, I look at things and I look at people and I look at things that's going around in the world. And sometimes I take a mental note, but I'm not good at keeping all the mental, so I put it in my phone. Then I go back home and study it. Then I say, wait a minute, whoa. Then I go back and there's some topics on here I need to talk to women about today. That's why I'm asking y'all to call some women today. But Cedric, it's that's why I don't like nobody to play with the show. You follow me? And boy, you can have fun, but don't demean because it's some work go into this. You follow me? It's some work going into this. I respect wherever y'all working at, whatever y'all doing, whatever your passion is, or wherever you at. I always respect other people's passion. But when they come on this show, they just think I can say what I want to these Negroes. And to a sense, you can, but you can't get mad if I talk about it. Is that fair enough? Casey, is that fair? But Casey, we was talking about a subject yesterday. I'm not going to rehash the subject, but because the subject matter, see, I don't like to talk about a person on the show because I know how I try to separate the person from what he's doing or what they're doing, right? But I sit back and watch people have an opportunity to voice their opinions. I even help them a little bit. And nobody said nothing. But guess what? If you got a son that plays basketball in grassroots in this Houston area, it's probably the best that if you have a grievance, you email me. Because it's some people will hold what you say against you. So I thought about y'all yesterday. I said, why were people not saying nothing? Y'all smarter than y'all know. But you can reach me at Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com, like a lot of you do. Or you can go to my social media and DM me. If you don't want nobody else to look at it, DM me on my social media. Jerry Harris, how you doing? Coach Jerry Harris, I don't want college coaches. And listen to me, I don't have a monopoly on college coaches. I don't profess. That's other people. Jimmy got the relationship. I ain't got time. But what has happened, the Lord has put certain guys in my life earlier in their life, and now they happen to be head coaches now at some of the most prominent universities all over the country. And now I never ever used to tell y'all, I got a coach. But now some of these guys my friend, these guys listen to me. I didn't used to have that. Never. I didn't like college coaches. You know why? Because when I was recruiting their players, they would never let me. They let the white agents get to them before I do. So I didn't like none of them clowns. Yes, selfish, Robert. Yeah, I got my selfish reasons. Y'all always think, I'm not, listen. Ain't a college coach ever helped me get a guy. I had a situation that, I can tell y'all this story. Denzel, I had a situation. What's up, Tim? Welcome back, Tim. Welcome back. I don't know where you've been, but welcome back. I miss you coming. I miss you texting me and calling me after the show. I guess you ain't been watching the show. So I miss you, Tim. See, I ain't mad at nobody. See, that's what y'all don't understand. Don't lump me in with everybody else, man. I am in it. Boy, I came here by myself and I'm gonna go by myself. Don't lump me in. No, I, I, that's why I talk to everybody. But Tim, we had a great conversation yesterday, and people think we was talking about an individual. But no, I'm talking about the spirit that's over this city that I wanted to get better. That's all. Y'all gotta understand that what people don't. Maybe I have to keep preaching this over and over and over. My son went through this. They hated on my son. But this dude is always talking negative about players. They always talk negative about my son because he was my son. To his credit, I don't know what it is. I don't know. He never came to me talking about Dad, they talk, but well, he didn't have social media then. But he never worried about. He just said, I told y'all how I used to motivate him. I'll go and find something good about a player on the other team. See, y'all, I don't know about y'all. I got a son that don't like me to talk pot. He don't want me to say nothing about nobody else is good, especially in the sport he play. He don't care if I talk about Michael Jordan. He don't want to hear about it. He texted me last night. You know what? Lamar Jackson is beginning to remind me of, because you know I love Lamar Jackson, of James Harden, your other boy. I mean, he just messing like that. So he come back. So he come back later in his life and get me. But what I used to do, Jared, I said, boy, they said that dude there is going, that dude there bad. I didn't say the dude gonna bust. I said, man, he don't like me talking about nobody else. So what I did, Jerry and Donzel, I know that would motivate him. So that's how I motivated him all through college. Y'all don't understand, these athletes at college, they go through stuff. Sometimes their mom and daddy they can't talk to sometimes. And mom and daddy, I'm trying to give you some game. The coach getting on him enough. He don't need you to get on him. I made that mistake before. I'm just trying to help y'all. But we had an interesting topic yesterday. I just still I don't think people got it. I don't think, what's up, Rick? I don't think people really got the just. Thank you, Jimmy Hicks sat there, well, alone, but he sat there and gave me some information that I really didn't know about the history of the two gentlemen in this basketball community. I didn't know the history about that. I didn't know all of that stuff. That ain't my lane. Hey, I love Rick Nelson to this day. I never forget. They put me in the middle of some stuff. We had a team called Franchise All Stars, right? And pretty good. I thought we had some pretty good players. You know, we had guys going to North Carolina. We had a team full of guys. Everybody on that team, by the way, went Division One. Everybody. I think the cook who gave us, who used to help us cook and do stuff, I think they went D1 too. But this particular day, the Pearland Classic, it was just, I don't understand what happened, and maybe it was the pandemic. I don't know what happened. Rick, me and you ain't never talk about it. But the Pearland Classic was just the what? And Coach Henderson told me, look, Rick Nelson, they trying to put us in the back gym. Why don't you call Rick? And I didn't really know Rick that good. Didn't know him. But my director told me to call him. And I just called, said, how you doing, Rick? What's up going on? Rick knew of me. You know, we talked. You know, I knew him, but I didn't know him because I wanted Gerald Green, and I couldn't get Gerald Green. So me and Rick ain't, yeah. See, I'm like these college coaches. We can be cool, but I want the player. All that other stuff don't matter. Rick, I know you're laughing over it. I want the player. I don't want to come down here and take you to dinner and be cool with you I got enough friends. I don't need no more friends. I want the player. If I don't get the player, I'm gone. That's just how the recruiting business is. Mamas and daddies, I hope y'all know that these coaches ain't your friend. They want your son. If you don't get him, they move it on to the next son. If you go in that office and look at that damn depth chart, they got him, your son, they got the next one. Okay. He don't want to act right. We got the next one. He don't want to act right. We got the next one. I hope you got that one. But let me take a look. I sit there, Alfio. We just talked just talk about, I didn't know that dynamic. And I never forget Rick said, I called Rick. They had me call Rick. I had lost my thought, but I got back. I'm getting old, but boy, I ain't that old. And he told, I said, Rick, man, can't we get on the main floor? He said, who you got on your team? Now y'all got to understand, I think I got the baddest ass team in the world. We whooped ass all over the country. But a prophet is without honor in his own hometown. He said, all you got is John Henson, and the rest of them Negroes you can throw in the ocean. I went back, and guess what? I respected, I didn't argue, I didn't fuss with him. I just said, okay, y'all got to understand, I was new to this. I was just a father who wanted the best for his son, right? And I understood that. I understood that in order for my son to get good, he can't just keep going beating up on these little boys he playing with. He got to play with some grown men. See, y'all like to go beat teams 500 to nothing and go. We done did that. He was in the 8th grade, destroying them other little 8th graders. I said, so Coach Henderson, Terrell Henderson, Alan Branch, said, man, let's form our own team. Because they was explaining to me at that particular time, most of the kids wanted to go to play for the Houston Hoops. They give you all the sneakers, they give you all of this. So I said, look, Houston Hoops ain't the only one got no sneakers. Let's not let the sneakers be the reason you go over there. So guess what? I told my guy, whatever sneaker you want, whatever one you want, because we ain't bound to no one sneaker, I'm going to make sure you have them. Jacqueline Johnson, you got to hear this. Franchise all-star. Whatever, what you want. Don't let sneakers, I didn't want my kids being bought for sneakers no more. Listen, my son, and that reason right there, I did not want our kids being bought for sneakers. This is how I even got started this stuff. So my son got a chance to play with all of these top guys. DJ Griggs, Winston Shepard, Rashid Suleiman, D'Angelo Harrison, John Henson, Ray Turner, Pee-wee, Jonathan Evans. I can go on and on. All these guys went to Division I college. My little 8th grader was playing. And then I did what everybody else didn't want to do. We put 2 9th graders on this team. Winston Shepard, DJ Griggs. And everybody was calling their parents telling their parents, that's dumb as hell. Don't let them do you like that. Why are you playing on a 17 and under team? Talking negative. 2 weeks after that, them same people trying to get them they take their 9th graders and go to the Houston Hoops. Yo, I'm telling you what the Lord loves, the truth. After trying to get my guys to leave this program, because it wasn't me. Coach Henderson and Alan Branch had the foresight to say, let's put these 2 9th graders on this field. I had an 8th grader. My son was an 8th grader. Let's put these 2 9th graders on this platform. The other teams that we used to play, my son and all of them used to play on, they got mad. Saying it wasn't this, it ain't that, don't do that, you're gonna hurt the kid's career. Just like they told Travis Hunter, don't go over there with Deion Sanders. Don't go over to Jackson State with him. He's gonna hurt your career. Them Negro naysayers. So I go back. I never forget it. We go around the country. Little 8th grader on a team with this John Henson with our top guy. Guess what he wanted? He wanted to be a McDonald All-American. He was on the borderline. So what these great, wasn't me. All I did was I was a sponsor. And I help them when they need other stuff. You follow me? So we saw Derek Favors, Naldo Sidney, DeMarcus Cousins. See, in the McDonald, they're going to take certain guys, a certain amount of wings and a certain amount of centers. And that's how they do it. It's some kind of stuff. So what we did was, okay, we found out where every one of these guys was going to be in the summer. Because we wanted John, our top guy, to be able to go and play against him and see how he matched up against him. If they bust his ass, then they bust his ass. But if he go and bust their behind, his name's got to be in the conversation. Listen to me. John Henson went and mowed down Derek Favors, Ronaldo Sidney, who else? What's the boy? Boogie Cousins. He was back tearing Boogie Cousins behind up so bad. He cussed our coach out. He a high school player cussing our coach out. I said, boy, that boy he gonna have problems later on in life. I promise you I did. Now look at him now. He can't get on nobody's team, and he's talented enough right now to be on an NBA team, but they don't want him around their team. This the guy I said I saw. So John just went and mowed all them dudes down. And y'all, we went all over the country doing this. But that particular team, and we hadn't done all of this yet, but we couldn't play. They wouldn't put us on the main floor at the Kingwood Classic because Hal Pastner had this thing against one of my, yo, it was so many politics going on back then. And y'all think y'all got them now? Y'all got it easy now, parents. Because y'all got somebody like me that'll look at your son with no biases. I ain't got no team for him to play on. He ain't working out in my gym. He ain't playing in my events. He ain't got no. I can just tell the truth about your son. If somebody called me, y'all got to realize, and I'm going to keep hammering this in. Taurus Lee, hey, Lil White. Taurus Lee. On this particular show, just like we talking right now, I got a text. Couldn't answer the phone, but I got a text from the coach, head coach in Memphis, Penny Hardaway. He said, what do you think about Jared Harris? And could he play for me? And could he help me win ball games? Just telling you how coach think. This how this coach think. While the show going on, I gave him my assessment. I had never met Jared, but I'd seen him play a million times. I gave him my assessment. I told him, yes, he can play for you. He reminds me of so-and-so. You'll love him. The way you play, he'll love him. Right here while the show going on. Before the show got over at 2 o'clock, you could go on Twitter that day. Robert Carroll, Jared Harris got offered from Memphis that day. Penny ain't never seen him play. So, but Jared was good enough, mamas and daddies. If he wasn't good enough, I wasn't going to tell Penny that. I'm not finna lose my status and my thing in this basketball space if your son can't play. But if he can play, what's up, Kevin Allen? The Silver Fox is in the building. But if he can play at TSU, if he good enough to play and he fits that system, I promise you, I can make a phone call, not to the man next to the man, but to the man. If your son good enough to play and smart enough to play at Georgia Tech, and want to go there and ain't finna play no games, see, that hasn't always been so, because I didn't have no relationship with the coaches like I have now. Y'all are in a great space now in Houston. You're in a great space. But we got some people in here that's confusing the space. But I'd like to say it's more of us than it is of them. Y'all, it's some people that watch this show every day and be on this show. We'll get off this and somebody and will be on here talking negative about somebody's son. And they ask me, why you always, I said, look here, let me tell you something. I'm smart enough to know that these kids ain't got everything together. They 15, 16, 17 years old. What I try to look at what they can do. What Houston always, the people in Houston that I hear, and I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even like talking to them. Because they always got something negative to say about one of these little boys. Now, I'm gonna tell you, if I go to your game and you're dribbling that ball too much, that's one of my pet peeves. I'm gonna dude, you're beating the ball. You're getting the ball a headache. Get the ball a rest. You're killing the ball. Of course, I'm going to give you that critique. This come from a guy that know how to handle the basketball. And you don't need all them damn dribbles. Dribble. You're not James Harden. And look what he's doing, by the way. Go look up the Clippers right now. You know, the people who think he can't play. But we're in a good space because we got avenues that your son can be able to go through, and you don't have to kiss these people's behinds. See, you ain't had to kiss mine. All you got to do, and I want y'all, you know how y'all people be doing. You know, we got certain people who come on this show. If I say something they don't like, they'll take bits of the information and splice it out, and then go send it all over to everybody, right? But splice this out. You're in a situation right now that if your son is good enough, you got another vehicle in me to help your son to get there. I used to didn't even think about doing this until when I talked to college coach and he said, Houston is messed up. It's so divided. It's so this and it's so that and it's so this. Hey, Sonya, I see you. It's so this. And it really, to me, I know it can get better. But what my young generation that come up, see, the Moses generation, we're going to have to lead them in the promised land. We're going to have to lead them over in the wilderness. This Joshua generation, y'all need to move it forward. But y'all can't do that same stuff those guys were doing. Y'all problem is y'all haven't came with nothing better. Patricia Mays, y'all haven't came with nothing better. I've been telling y'all this for 2.5 years. Y'all ain't got, your younger guys is trying to step in this community. You can't come doing the same thing them guys were doing. That's what happened. You can't be on the phone talking negative because the guy, you got a relationship with the Houston Hoops. So the guys at the well, give me another team. Give me another team. At the Puma, they ain't that good. Then the guys over at the Puma, they ain't that good. Then the guys at I don't know about Adidas teams. Like, see, I don't even know all the teams. Uh, just because he don't work out in my gym don't mean the kid can't play. All you got to do is just say, I haven't seen him play that much. What's wrong with just saying that? I haven't seen him play enough for me to make an evaluation. Or if somebody calling you and asks you about the kid, well, look here, he ain't no good. Let me tell you about this one. That's what the coach is telling me what's happening in this basketball space. How we gonna stop it? I don't know. Y'all the ones doing it. The people out there, y'all friends, y'all know the people that's doing it because they talking about it to you. I tell people all the time, I never hear gossip. People never call me to gossip. You know why? Because I want to hear it. And if you call yourself an associate of mine, don't you ever come tell me what somebody told you about me. Because you know what I'm going to tell you? Why were they so comfortable talking to you about me? Because if somebody come to me talking about my dude, I'm going to check his ass right there and tell my dude. Right there on the spot. I ain't got I'm going to check him right there. Because I see you shaking his hand. I see you in the gym shaking it. And that's one of the things that see, my thing is, we can't, and I'm going to reiterate this, we can't expect our next generation, our young players. I sit up here and talk, and we talk about how they got to clean the social media up because the coach is watching, everybody's watching. Deion Sanders did this the other day to his people. Let me show you how. I've told y'all this, but I'm gonna give it to you a little bit more. Watch this.
Our kids are going to play in our bowl game because that's what we signed up to do.
No, that ain't it. That ain't it. Let me get Prime. He did something else. He said, but he was in his meeting. I didn't download it. I didn't download it. But he was in a meeting with his players right before, after the last game, everybody getting ready for the bowl games. But he told his players, look, all of y'all playing, all you seniors, y'all playing in this bowl game. Right? Y'all playing in this bowl game. This what you signed up for. First of all, this is what you signed up for. Then he said, there's an opportunity for you can put something else on tape. It's an evaluation period. Every time you do something, every time it's an evaluation period. Every time it's on tape. If you are a professional type player, every time you go out, young players, young high school people, young a basketball player, football player, whatever you are, when you go out and play basketball, that's an evaluation period. You never know who's in the gym. Like a person gonna tell me last night, you never know. And remind me to tell you what somebody asked me last night. Remind me to bring up narratives if I forget. So let me finish. So Deion, he finished the conversation. He said, and look, Shador, Travis, from this day forward, the NFL is going to have people watching you everywhere that you go. I told y'all this years ago. Deion just put it on wax the other day. I don't like putting him up on the screen that much. I'm sorry, cause his sons and them is benefiting off of the His son's benefiting off of the social media presence. So I don't like to I don't like to use his stuff because they'll flag you, right? But I'm just telling you what he told. He told them guys, and I'm gonna give you a great story. He told you they're gonna be watching. Y'all gonna be at the top pick. The top picks in the draft, who they finna spend all this money on. They watching everybody, whatever dope house you go to, whatever strip club you're going to, who you're hanging around. These next 3 or 4 months, you got to cut all the riffraff out. I'm talking to somebody who might not know this, who coach ain't like Coach Prime, and told them, Gerald Byron, you have to cut it all. They're gonna follow Shador everywhere you go. They're gonna follow Travis everything you go, everywhere you go. If you was finna invest all these millions in somebody, you would do it too. But Robert, why are they doing that? So, but I was thinking about that because I never forget a draft. I don't want to use nobody's name. It was a draft. It affected Houston. I put it's the Reggie Bush draft. And people wondered why they picked Mario over Reggie Bush and Vince Young. You know, some of y'all was wondering, why y'all pick him? You know what NSL security told me? Can't tell you everything they told me. But I'm gonna give you the positive side. They said everything about Mario, I forgot his last name, everything about Mario was football. All he did was worked out, mess with girls, worked out, mess with girls, worked out, mess with girls. Normal. He said the reason we didn't pick some of them other guys is because of the activities they had off the court. They couldn't be my #1 pick. So if you know some of these guys, Frank Bowers been in this business. He know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you like a T.I. is. And Dion I ain't never seen a coach. I ain't never heard a coach do it because I ain't been in all these coaches, and all these coaches probably done said it. I ain't saying they don't do it, but Dion said it, and it's on wax. So shout out to him and the things he do, because I'm gonna talk about him. It's college signing day today for a lot of kids. And but did anything happen last night? In high school basketball was of note. Anybody got something? Put it on the screen. I want to talk about it. But I need my women today. And the reason I need my women today is I saw something. I saw something. And I'm trying to get to it. There's enough women on here. Women, just let me know you're there. I need your help. Fellas, y'all can contribute. And maybe I need y'all too. But I really need a woman's point of view. I've been holding this. I got to get it out. I'm going to get it out now. I saw this headline. New York Jets. Backup quarterback. Tyrod Taylor. His breakup gets uglier as the cops were called to evict Drea Michelle from their $3 million home out here in LA. They still are at odds over the property they once shared in Southern California after their breakup 2023. Y'all, it ain't but 2024. In the court documents filed November the 26th, Thanksgiving, the 39-year-old model claims that Taylor sent officers to her Los Angeles home to evict her and her 3 kids. I didn't know the woman had 3 kids. Who the other 2 kids by? Jalen Green? Who the other kid? Was it back that boy used to play for Dallas? Y'all help me. Women, I need your help now. I don't need y'all to be quiet over there now. This filing came after Drea had sued Taylor for breach of contract in June. In a separate court document that claimed that he threatened to evict her from the same home, which he purchased in August of 22, while they were still dating. That he allegedly verbally agreed to sell her. Look, you just pay it on the bill. You pay my rent every month. I know you weren't able to pay for all of this right now, and it's your house. I wasn't there. I'm just telling you what the court documents say. Michelle claims, women, I know y'all waiting on me to finish, but I want to see your comments. Michelle claims, if anybody else has seen this comment, somebody said, first, she no model. I wish people would stop using it. Why you say she ain't no model? What is she? Mr. Johnson, what is she if she's not a model? Do you know her? Have you ever met her? What is she if she's not a model? Tell me what she is. Tell me what she's doing to make a living that you know. I'm treating you like one of them guys who brought the woman caught in adultery to Jesus and said, Jesus, stone her, stone her. And Jesus stepped back and said, tell you what, let whoever of you is without sin, y'all cast the first stone. Do you know what them dudes did? They walked their little happy ass away. So tell me, firstly, because if you hadn't said firstly, I wouldn't have said nothing. And my people told me to address this. Firstly, she's no model. I wish we stopped using that word for women like her. What kind of woman is she? I'm talking to you, Mr. Tommy Johnson. I'm talking to you. You telling me what this woman ain't. What if somebody said, man, Tommy Johnson ain't that. Tommy, this ain't that type of show, bro. You got to have facts with your opinions. This is just your opinion, right? See, I'm a opinion guy also, Mars, but I back it up with data. Give me your data that shows me she is no model, and you wish you would stop. People would stop using the word. You can't wish what nobody else did. You don't have to say the word. I wish we would stop using the word for women like her. What kind of women are she? She's a mother. She's a black woman. And I'm getting tired of people talking about our black women. Yes, I said it. I didn't let y'all do it to Kamala Harris. And I'm definitely not going to let y'all do it to this young lady. Because if you ever met her, you'll think she's one of the nicest people in the world. That's somebody's daughter you're talking about. Don't ever forget that. Ever forget that. But let me keep going. Man, my son just texted me. Let me see what he said. Hold up. This happened right down the street from his office. Hold up. But something happened. Stephen Hayes. I'm talking about this Drea Michelle situation. I haven't got, you said, I've seen information, of course, via social media that mentioned her and then use this verb. Okay, gotcha. That's like Donald Trump going and saying those Haitian people were eating dogs and cats in Ohio. And then they asked him, where you get it from? Well, I got it on social media. Tommy, I know you're new to the Chop Shop, baby. I know it. I know it because you would have did this. I love you. I love you, and I'm glad you did this. Tommy, because you got your information off social media don't mean it's true, sir. Touche. Real talk. Social media is the disinformation capital of the world. It's so important, Tommy, that a South African paid $44 billion for Twitter just so he can spread this information so this clown can get back in office. Because they know people like you are not going to vet this situation. Notice what I'm saying when I'm talking, Tommy. I'm talking about court documents. That's what's in the courts. Court documents. And I have the code. Hold up. And I got it. I got it. But I got to put it on the screen. I got to figure out a way to put it on the screen. So let's not do that, Tommy, to our black women. Tommy, they got two pictures out, two images out, and I didn't put them on the screen, and I should have had them on the screen today. They have black women sitting on the top of a building and watching New York burn, sipping. But that particular one that's been circulating was AI, artificial intelligence manufactured. The real artist who did it, and I'm gonna give you a comparison tomorrow. He had the black women sitting up, covered up, and just looking below at the cities like, we done our job. But these people stole that information and spread it on social media. If I, Tommy, didn't go study those two photos to be able to tell you that one was from a young artist, black artist, and this one is AI generated by somebody benefiting off of this man's work. But let me keep going. Let me get back to this. Let me tell you something about me, Sonya. A verbal contract is enforceable also. Don't you ever forget it. Verbal contracts are enforceable. I'd rather have your word verbally because let me tell you something. I'm going to show you why you're talking about getting it in writing. Because people break things in writing every day. Didn't you get your divorce? Didn't you get your marriage in writing? And everybody getting a divorce, it ain't worth the paper. So in writing, that's a legal document. Ricky Scott, she is a model and a business owner. Who she dates and whoever she chooses to date is up. Absolutely. Tasha, that's why I told you I need my women on here. Fellas, this Women Rock Wednesday, man. My girls done came in the building now. Y'all better watch yourself. My girls done came in the building. But watch this. Watch this, Tom. Watch it. In her latest filing, Michelle claims that she was away on a business trip when the sheriff showed up at her home to evict her nanny and her kids on 11/20/2004. It's right before Thanksgiving. who does that. And I don't know what's going on because I know these women can make you mad. I know. But Miss Howard received an alarming phone call from the children's nanny while she was away on a business trip, and the sheriffs showed up at the property to lock the occupants out, to lock the babies out. I don't care what happened. We ain't locking them babies out, player. But let me keep going. Michelle, who has a son, okay, Nico, okay, 21. Damn, shit. Jason, Jalen Green. I'm sorry, y'all. It just clicked me. Jalen Green ain't that much. I ain't even got to the Jalen Green part yet. But hold up, y'all. Hold up. Nico, 21. Jude, number 8, from a previous relationship with former Orlando Scandrick. That's the boy's name. Orlando Scandrick. And she and her current boyfriend, Rockets guard, Jalen Green. That's why I'm bringing the Rockets in. That's why I said even women. They welcome a daughter in May. So let me give you some more context, though. Let me give you some more context. Taylor, Michelle are said to have started dating in 2020. 2020, the girl put it on your ass so bad. 2022, you had to buy her a $3 million house. I love it. Dude, you got it? I love that. And then they called it quits after that. But my problem is, you done bought the house. She paying you the $19,000 a month on it. But when she got pregnant by Jalen Green, it changed. And I understand. That's why I'm trying to talk to my women. Come on, Sonya. She said that he surprisingly threatened to evict her from her home. How can you surprise me? And she said that they verbally agreed that he would sell the home to her. See, I'm gonna stop everything right there. If I was Jalen Green, right now, if I was Jalen Green, I ain't Jalen Green. Baby, get that money. Go on about your business. But I ain't Jalen Green. But let me keep going. Where y'all think? They said in the law school that she agreed to pay Taylor $3.2 million. This is in the lawsuit. $3.2 million for the home in January, after Taylor countered her original offer of 2.8. She wanted to pay 2.8 because she spent $300,000 upgrading the house. The actress also claimed, hold up, now she's an actress. Now, thank you. At least if the newspaper is writing it like this, at least we can say it. But if anybody said something, ain't nobody said nothing yet. Damn, ain't nobody said nothing. I guess y'all listening to me. The actress also claimed they agreed to terms that any contribution she made to the property, such as the home improvements or mortgage payments, would go toward the price of the home whenever she decided to purchase it from Taylor. She said like I said, $300,000 on the home, with understanding that the money would go towards the price of the original price. So that's why she said, I owe you 2.8, player, not 3.2. So Taylor has yet to address the matter. It's just a whole lot of stuff going on. But Jalen Green, you better be looking at this. Y'all notice I've been on Dre's side all the time. but I got to talk about. I'm a man too now. I know she been in some movies. I know. Hold up. I know who she is, Mike. Tommy Johnson don't know who she is. Yes, she been in plenty movies. Oh, watch this. Jalen, young man, I don't know who's in your camp. I heard your camp is not that strong. Even the vets on your team just ain't that strong. Nothing against Drea. She got a 20-year-old, 21-year-old. Nico, I don't know who he by. Lando Scandrick, baby by him. He left. They broke up. Tyrod Taylor. Now you. Son, she foul. And he's gone. How is she foul? They were broken up. What is she foul about? I love to hear. See, that's why I've been waiting on y'all. Tell me what she foul about. We just can't throw stuff out there and talk about people. See how we always talk about people? I ain't talking about nobody on this show ever. I'm just giving you facts here and giving you my opinion on something, but how is she foul? We don't know what what is she foul about, Lori? And he made mad big because Jalen got more money than I don't care. Okay, you're not living in my stuff. Mess with another dude. But if you paying rent, it ain't. So, hold up. Lori. So if you were staying, renting a house, right? Your landlord can tell you who to sleep with. Brian Boat, right. I told you I need the women. And I'm glad, Lori, I love this. I love this answer, Lori. But Lori, how is she foul? I want to know if she foul. Give me some facts that you saying she's foul. She's paying him. Now, one time have they said she was delinquent on the payments. Now, one time in the court documents, go read them. You can get them. Now, one time in the court documents, she didn't force him to buy her no house. She whooped him to buy her a house. She didn't force him. Talk to me now, Lori. Don't just quit. How is she foul? Not one time in the court document says she was delinquent. She was getting him his 19 every month. She off on a business trip trying to make her some more money. And you evicting her babies doing Thanksgiving. Okay, I like that. Okay. All right. So every woman on here feel that way? Because I'm going to tell you, when I was a young boy, I had an affinity for the women. I can't tell you no lie. I can't tell you. So I ain't get one I'm pregnant. But I know what Jalen is feeling. Is that foul? I like that. Lori, I like that. So that's foul? Man, ain't nobody saying nothing to me but Lori. Lori, I just wish I had me about 10 Loris today. This could be a great conversation. Y'all gonna understand. I'm putting this on wax. I'm not being messy. Y'all don't understand me. If you ain't never been on this show, I got a message in this mess. Don't ever get it twisted. But on the Chop Shop, let me know, in case you just got on the Chop Shop today, every day I have this dilemma. Whether should I talk about what's trending, go ESPN and go and see what Stephen A. Smith and them just said and come on here and talk about that same old stuff to y'all? Or do I try to find subjects that are not trending, but we need to hear. Our young kids need to hear this. Our young women need to hear this. That's why I'm glad what Lori said. Lori said that's foul. Messing with a woman, a kid half your age, and your son is a couple of years, just 2 years, and Lori thinks that's foul. Sonia says predator. I like it. That's what I'm trying to find. She said hit it and quit. Lori, stop. But I'm sitting here. Y'all, I'm kind of pissed off at myself. Y'all know I always get pissed off at myself. Cause I never forget, I met Jalen Green when he came on a visit to Memphis, and I went to the dinner to entertain his family. And you know, when I'm on trips like that, I let the coaches do their job. Penny and Sam Mitchell. Sam Mitchell was coaching with Penny. And I was already friends with RJ Hampton and his family. They were friends. So I just did, I wasn't gonna force the relationship. And now I wish I had her. I wish I had her. That man said, run it back. Jay said he stepped in on the go. I would say you can mess with him, but I got you. I got you. I got you. I like Lori. I respect that. Lori, I respect that. But Lori, it takes two to tango. See, y'all, I never forget. I never forget watching Jalen as a young man at the USA basketball stuff. Jalen Green, with all the players upstairs, come down there with his shorts on, no shirt on, in the lobby, entertaining several older women. And they had to tell him, man, get your upstairs. No other player down there but him. He just down there holding court with the mamas of the other players, just all with no shirt on. This high school. So it's everyone false except the people who raised them. Can't be mad about what's allowed in their household. But she did not rate Jalen. I don't know if she told him don't use no condom because I wasn't there. That's Jalen's job. Because y'all always know, I always go, I don't care how old a woman is, I always think about the men first. You know why I always think about the men? You know I always try to hold the men accountable? It's simple. If you go through Genesis and read when Eve ate the apple, right? Adam was there with her. He knew she was eating apple. But when God came back to scold them, he didn't say nothing to Eve. He said, Adam, where are you? If you would have been in your space, in your place, protecting your woman from that snake, where are you? He didn't say nothing to Eve. So, Jalen, where are you? Boy, I know I gave y'all one right there. Y'all better go and y'all better go and check it out. It's a great story, y'all. Great book. Y'all, it's a great book. Treya is nice. Y'all, if you ever meet her, you'll be thinking she the nicest and the sweetest little girl. Nice. Ain't got no attitude to be that big. You know how some of them girls got attitude because they halfway cute. I don't. So I like her. I would advise my clients not to date her because I don't want the drama that comes with a person that Instagram model, if they do all of that stuff for fame, the OnlyFans girls and all that, if they doing that for fame and money, don't you know that you will be used for your fame and money? I'm talking to my young next generation, y'all. All you old ass folks, Jalen Green wasn't gonna mess with none of y'all. All you and Drea wasn't gonna mess with y'all either. So I'm speaking to the next generation. Jalen, to know a man or a woman, look at her history. Is this the history that you want to be associated with? I'm just, I'm really, you're a smart person, all of y'all. In your brain, you got 500 billion cells. You are intelligent. Don't just make decisions, study consequences. Consequences, they're so important. See, you want to enjoy these memories, but these memories that you put, these memories you have with these babies, you memories that you do, these memories that you're doing. The problem in your life is your memories never go away. So decide every day, my young people, do I want to remember this? Do I want to remember this day that they talking about this on the Chop Shop? Will I enjoy remembering being with this woman and having a baby by her? Will I enjoy being on this summer basketball team? See, when you live right, you enjoy your memories. See, Curtis Stewart, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about this little boy. I remember him in high school. See, y'all, I'm coming from a place where I knew her for a long time. I knew him in high school, Trey Phillips. Friend of mine, was real cool with Drea. When I met her, I told y'all, the sweetest little girl in the world. She was in love with her first bad baby daddy. She was in love with Orlando Scandrick. I don't know what happened with her and Tyrod Taylor. Evidently, he was in love because he bought her $3 million house and said, "Just pay me on it, and it's your house." So when somebody tell you that, that means this is my house. I can do what I want in it. Franklin met her, very likable woman. But some of these men, young men, should recognize that some of these women have babies for profit and preserve a lifestyle. Absolutely. Now, if you want to say that about her, yeah. See that ain't what you said. See how Frank put it? He said, men should recognize that some of these women have babies for profit and to preserve a lifestyle. Absolutely. That will, oh, I know some wives do that. That I know some people who get married do that. Normal people do that to preserve a certain lifestyle. What's the difference in her doing? But y'all comment on that. I know some people right now wouldn't be with that husband of theirs if he had no money. All you gotta do is look at some of these pictures they post, and you say, how in the hell did he get this one? I like to study money. Y'all don't understand. I like to study Monaco. Monaco. You ever get a chance to just go study Monaco? Go look and watch the guys that pull up in the front of the hotel. And Sebastian Vettel was in a $3 million car called Aston Martin Valkyrie. Y'all probably ain't never heard of that car. And look what he had on the side. He all right, but look what he had. He said, there's a couch counseling session right now. Great topic. He said, I've also met a okay. Somebody else gave me that. But let me tell y'all something. This opportunity. Curtis, you can use this in your workouts. Everybody gonna be able to use this. Y'all gonna be good. Y'all gonna be good. Consequences are not more important than decisions. God, no, I got you. But Robert, the consequences are killing me. Consequences are not more important than decisions. Why did I say that? Please write this down and keep it until you die. Don't ever make a decision more important than a consequence, because decisions give birth to the consequence. People normally say, if I make a decision, you got to live with it. That's not true. You don't live with the decision, because that happens in a moment. You live with the consequences. So what you must do before you make a decision, Jalen Green, in life, you got to, before you don't study the decision. Don't sit up and study the decision. Should I pull this condom out? Don't study the decision. Make sure you exhaust every possible means to study the consequence. Oh, I like that. Yo, if y'all didn't get that, I just got that. God, hey. Did y'all hear what that man just said? I wish that wasn't me. Just said that. Maybe some of y'all said, damn. Did anybody get that? He said, Rob, how many times we have attended Super Bowls, NBA All-Star Game, and World Series and see the same women at every event? All the time. I thought it was entertaining. Chuck McGowan, you got it? I told y'all to write it down. Now y'all got to go back and splice it. Chuck McGowan. Before you make any decisions, my young people, Alpha Yo, make sure they get this. Any decision in life, don't study the decision. Make sure you exhaust every possibility, every means to study the consequence. Golly. Damn, Robert. Man, I just want to go. I just want to get off the show right now. You know why I want to get off the show? Because I'm dealing with something right now. And I just talked to myself. Uh, but but shout out to the NBA, man. Watch me change something. Um, Cause I want that to marinate, y'all. I want that to marinate. Y'all gonna have to go back and get that one. That is Moody. They're gonna have to go back and get that one now. Cause I just got it and I'm finna apply it. I'm sitting there, y'all brought that out of me. Y'all, I wasn't gonna talk about that today. I was gonna talk about Jalen Green, but I ain't had this. I was gonna talk about Jalen Green because I'm watching things. I'm watching you got one girl got a baby by four or five guys in the entertainment industry. And I got some of that stuff somewhere. I put it in my notes, but I never talked to y'all about it. But I'm thinking about on Thanksgiving, this man tried to have, and I don't know what she did to him. And he might be humiliated. And I saw somebody, somebody get it. If one person got it, I got it. Somebody just texted me, said, I loved it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Hold on, somebody. Hey, y'all. I forgot where I get it from. I got it from somewhere. I forgot where I got it from. Golly, I got it from somewhere. I'm gonna think about it, man. Oh, but I was just thinking about our young women. What happened? Like I was just saying about divorces. Do y'all know? They told me that you can get married without going to the courthouse and having a license, because the marriage is covenant between you and that woman. But the reason you signed this other stuff is because y'all got property and stuff that you have to divide. Tyrod Taylor, veteran professional athlete, got a young, pretty girl. You buy her a house and make her pay when y'all break up. I guess you bought the house. I don't know what. When y'all broke up, she just said, "I want to keep the house." I mean, y'all, I don't know all of this, but I'm just over the 30 years of being in this business. I'm just trying to, cause it's mind-boggling to me. And that you have an agreement. You didn't say she missed not nan payment in the court documents, Frank. But now you want to evict her. Maybe he said, "Well, Jalen Ganker, I can't believe you knocking you out in the house that I bought." But technically, I'm paying rent. Jermaine Cooper, Eric Ray, Eric Harris. Technically, he's asking her to pay. So when you pay, ain't that your stuff? Right then. Jay Jackson, you don't understand. Look at Jay trying to have some logic to it. He said, damn, one girl got babies by 4 or 5 guys. That's an easy decision. Hell, she pee on the ground, a baby jump on the ground. Yeah. You're right. This Jay, it's stuff I can't even show you because I don't want to be salacious about it. Because I'm trying to give a message, and that message was about those decisions. And Don't just study. Don't just make life about you. About you must. I got to make a decision in life. I got to. Don't study the decision. Make sure you study and exhaust every possible means to study the consequence. But the NBA Cup, y'all, I saw something. It's Women Rock Wednesday. I don't know how important this is, but I guess it's important. Young woman from our community, Shanae Ogumake, was honored. She joined President Biden. They went on to, historic um, delegation to Angola to improve, I guess, U.S. relationships with Angola. A young girl from our community, uh, Sci-Fair area, is now traveling on Air Force One to go and represent. And and if you go look it up, because I don't have time to talk about it today, but if you want to know a little bit more about it, I'm just giving you a breadcrumb. Just go Google President Biden Angola. And but shout out to Shanae. She's if she put on one more label, I think I'll throw up. Everything she got on got a label. Like she just got some money. Girl, take them labels off. Get Gucci off the front of you. Y'all gotta understand. I guess I got this label too, right? If they didn't give it to me for free, maybe they give it to her for free. But she got every time I see it, she got a label on. She got a label on. That's what I'm talking about. But shout out to her, Women Rock Wednesday. I wanted to shout out. You know who I really like, man. And I don't want to get out because Jimmy might come on in a minute. But y'all know who I'm really liking. Have anybody noticed how great of a job that Mike Tomlin doing? And y'all, this NBA is heating up, y'all. I can't wait to tell y'all about that. But I want to talk about Mike Tomlin later. Just but I saw something last night. Emi Udoka can coach. Listen to me. I don't know what he did with that woman over there in Boston, but are y'all watching this dude? But then, is the person on this feed was talking slick about Doc Rivers in Milwaukee just a couple of weeks ago. I don't know who it was. Jimmy, what you think about the Milwaukee Bucks? Because they know I like Doc, right? See, I don't understand, man. I study this stuff. Let's be fair. Everyone who wanted to destroy Doc Rivers, go raise your hand. And some of y'all on here right now. When the Bucks were struggling, they done a really good job over the last few weeks, y'all. And watch this in that stretch. I have to look at stuff like this, y'all. I got to get ready, man. It's almost bad. Swag season. I got to understand the game like this now. There was a stretch in the third quarter, Jay Jackson, Eric Harris, of last night's game, where it was Giannis getting downhill every time. Or Dame coming off a play that Giannis made, right? The dribble handoff or the high screen roll. I thought about something. I know it's 5 guys on the court, but I thought about something. When these 2 guys in the game, let them shoot it every time. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm tired of Bobby Porter's missing shots and layups, and I'm tired of Pat Connaughton miss. I'm tired of them. Unless they double team, don't y'all shoot no shots. All them other people. And I'm watching Giannis. It looked like he got his little finesse in his game. He just ain't running over people. You know he like to run over people. But when he's doing what he's doing now, letting the game come to him, I don't know if y'all been watching. Y'all ain't been watching it. I don't know. I love to watch great basketball. He making the right reads. He not turning it over. He not running over two guys. I mean, they can be anybody playing like this. Not just in a game, but a playoff series. That's how good Giannis is playing right now. People said he ain't got it no more. I don't want Giannis on my team. Anybody said that something about an NBA player, talking about I don't want him on my team. Let me tell y'all something. He's a top 5 performer, top 5 player in the NBA. Guys like that compromise the defense of the other team. Because why? You have to put 2 on. Let me break it down a little bit further. It's 5 people on each team. 5 over here, 5 over here. Okay. So if this particular team got to put 2 of them on one player over here, this team got the numbers. I learned a long time in basketball. One of my greatest coaches already told me, Robert, all you trying to do as a point guard, create one-on-one. I want you to be able to create a 2-on-1. Coach, what you mean? Create a 2-on-1. If we got a 2-on-1 fast break, we gonna win that every time. Rod Wells, he said, if a guy guarding you, you ain't worried about him. If you ain't getting up to good by him, you don't need to be playing basketball. You ain't worried about him. He beat. He beat. You just trying to find out when I beat him, where that help defender gonna come from. And I got to be ready to shake him. So I'm gonna put us in a 2-on-1. We're gonna be on a 5-on, because I got him on my hip. I got him behind. He out to play. So whoever don't want Giannis on their team don't know how this league works. Giannis create doubles. So these guys, you know what? Everybody mad about the 3-point shot. I ain't mad about the 3-point shot. I'm worried about the people that shooting them. It's some people that shooting them don't need to be shooting them. And everybody think they can shoot them. Everybody in the gym practice them. Homeboy, Coach Sampson said something great. If you ain't shooting 70, 80% of them things wide open in practice, because that means you're going to be shooting 40% in the game. Why are you shooting? You just hoping and praying? All you 3-point shooting people out there in high school. Young man, it's all right to get some tools. I know y'all in love with the analytics. I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go there. But Amy Adoka, man, after the game last night, this is what he said, y'all. Y'all got to hear this. Y'all got, what? Did I put him in here? I know. And Women Rock Wins, I got something for you. All my women, got something for you. Boy, I got something for you.
Wasn't too happy about the officiating there. What was going on? What did you see out there on the floor that you was disappointed?
And missed calls, blatant missed calls right in front of you. You're calling ticky-tack, moving screens, and little shit like that, and then you don't want to call the obvious ones right in front of you. So that was it. Alpi got fouled a few times on that drive and on the layup, and they don't want to call it. And so I'm gonna get some fucking glasses. Open your eyes.
How important is it in those moments for you to stand up for your team so that they know you have their back?
I mean, it wasn't even about that, honestly. Alpi got one, but take your sensitivity and emotions out of it and call the game the right way. It's obvious right in front of you, and John Goble, whoever it was, sees it and doesn't call it, and I'm gonna let him know about it.
Did John say anything in your conversation that kind of escalated it for you?
No, been missing calls all night and calling moving screens and every other little touch call the obvious one.
Thank you.
Ladies, y'all know I have to have something for y'all. And this kind of got me. It's kind of got me a little bit. kind of got me a little bit. Thought about the women on this show. When I see stuff like this. It's a kid that's in that I think they call it YSL um, court case down in Atlanta. A young man named Yak, rapper. I don't know the rappers. Let me see that his name is DeMonte Kendrick, who was facing life sentence and and was found not guilty after 30 months of incarceration with no bail. So he's been in jail and a year-long trial. But I saw this mama. Check this out.
Going to work, having a personal life, coming back down here, sleeping in the courtroom, they having to wake me up, doing this thing over and over and over again repetitiously. Every day. Every day. My son stood up 30 months. My son stood up. And we was victorious. I'm thankful to God that a mother love went beyond the world. And I'm thankful I never gave up on my son. Never. He said, Mama, I'm not taking it. I'm standing up. And I stood right by him every day. Every day of the week, I stood by my child. And he said, no. And I said, I'm going to stand with you. I'm going to stand with you to the end. And we stood down to the end. You never give up. No matter what's thrown against you. You never give up. Never. And he stood down.
I didn't mean to stop that. I'm gonna let it finish.
Going to work, having a personal life, coming back. No matter what's and I said, I'm going to stand with you. I'm going to stand with you to the end. And we stood down to the end. You never give up. No matter what's thrown against you. You never give up. Never. And he stood down. And I'm right here every day. Every day I stood up with him. Every night I prayed with him. And I told him, son, this is bigger than you. This is bigger than you. And I'm thankful to the people all over the world that prayed, gave me encouragement. He gave me encouragement. Big Jeff, Miss Sylvia, everybody around me. Taylor, Cole, I got so many people, my family members in Miami, Florida. Everybody that gave me hope and encouragement. And Monte stood every day. He watched them say bad things about him and disgrace him. And I had him and I raised him. They divorced his character. They said bad things about him, but we got the victory. And in life, you never give up. Never. You never give up, no matter how bad it look. God said he'll make your enemy your footstool. I look to the hills where my help come from. I had bad days, I had good days, I had emotional days, but I damn if I was gonna give up. And I'm thankful for everybody that's been around me in my life who encouraged me. I'm emotional beyond words. I am emotional beyond words, beyond measures. A mother love. I never will give up. And I taught him that to give up, never give up. No matter what the traditional system say about him, never get up.
That was powerful. Somebody sent me that. Just thinking about that woman and her son. It's Women Rock Wednesday. That's why I corrected Mr. Johnson earlier. Because these people are trying to erase our daughters out of history and our sons. And I'm opening my mouth today because whatever enemy thought they were going to do with your daughter is not going to lose her mind. I got one in there. She's not going to lose her assignment. Ladies and gentlemen, Think about this lady. Think about her. Thinking about women at Women Rock Wins. Jimmy, just hold on a minute. The rest of your daughter's story begins today. I don't care about what happened in the past. That's why I want to let this dude talk negative about Drea. Ladies and gentlemen, I study the fastest growing HIV AIDS demographic is our black women who are being exposed because of down low brothers. Y'all ain't gonna like me for this. But the fastest growing prison population is black women who will not testify or are holding in possession for the man they love. Every Wednesday, Jimmy, I always got to have something for Women Rock Wednesday. When it is that we are part of a system. After they dismantle our men, next in order is women. That woman's whole life for 30 months changed around. She's sleeping in the courtroom for her son. There was an attack to disqualify the most polished, the most professional for the presidency of the United States. They tried to do everything to demean her and break her. Some of the stuff y'all don't even know that they were saying to her. Never in history of the United States have a presidential candidate been called a witch or a hoe. Never in history of the United States had they tried to disqualify a candidate because of who they dated. Here's your shout. Before they were married, if in fact they can disqualify a woman, they can disqualify an entire system because the woman is the nurturer of our whole system. And women, thank God I got five sisters, mother and a daughter. There's so much that has been levied against you in your life, against your self-esteem since you've been 14 years old. Go back to it. They've been trying to break you since you've been 14 years old. When you start developing and looking like a woman, I'm telling y'all, young women out there, you're not who you slept with. You are not who you got down with, but who you rised up with. Today, I'm fighting for your reputation, fighting for your name, fighting for your character. I'm sick of people dragging your name through the mud. Mr. Johnson, I hope you're still on here. That's why I had to correct you. There is honor and integrity and to every woman on this feed and every black woman in the world. It's honor and integrity in you and who the people you represent. But I had to get that out because that lady that broke my heart this morning. Jimmy, you can come on in now and you can have at it. But man, that was, oh, I didn't mean to put you on that side. I'm sorry. I'll scoot you around. I like to be on that side. What's up with you, Doc?
Well, what's going down? Everybody share the show. Okay, y'all, you got but a few minutes to go. But as promised, we can dive directly into the pool. Of course, the college football picture of the teams have been revealed for the most part. Pretty much has been revealed. as we close out the season with the conference championships coming up this weekend. And I think it's interesting because on the outside looking in is Miami in this thing, who at one point was among the top 3 in the country. They were ranked high. I mean, amongst higher than most AC. They were atop the ACC most of the season, and they have been punished severely after losing 2 of their last 3 games, albeit by average of pretty much around 4 to 5 points. But
you feel they were punished because you used the word punish. You feel they were punished, or did you go and look at their record and see they didn't who they played? Their strength of schedule mean a lot. I'm just in college football. I mean, it means a lot. And the best team they beat was a 7-14.
And the teams that they lost to were also ranked.
See, you're still talking about ranking. They were ranked. Miami was ranked. Jimmy,
I understand that.
In this thing here, evidently they showing you all of that rank stuff.
No, but they're using the rankings in one hand, but then at the same time they are
strength
using
of schedule.
Then the strength of schedule, also the strength of your wins versus your strength of your losses, of your opponent's losses as well. And no matter what, there's no perfect science to it. Bottom line, Alabama is the team that is the last team in. So let's not, if that was any other team, well, not any other team, but it wasn't Alabama. Let's say if that was BYU, was in the position that Alabama would have been in, Miami would have got the nudge. Alabama, they wanted Alabama in over Miami.
Duh.
So
wait. What you say? What's your favorite word? You got to be on the right side of politics.
Well, I mean, that's, at the same time, I mean, we can go, but my Ole Miss is also on the outside looking in. And, and what it goes to prove is that no matter how many teams they expanded this thing to, it's going to always, and I said this a year ago, if they made it 16 teams, it's going to be number 17 going to be pissed off. If they make it 24
Everybody
teams,
gonna be pissed off.
25.
Like Doug
Gonna
pissed
be pissed
off.
off.
Doug pissed
just
off
that,
over there. If Doug, it's best to be pissed off than pissed on, though. But keep going, Jim.
So and now it brings back, I think, something I had said. Hell, I said this 2 weeks ago. I wish we could see a Miami and Colorado in the bowl game, but that ain't going to happen because I realized that I did a little homework, and Colorado is deemed on that slot that they had reserved for those bowls. Certain bowls get pecking order, and Colorado is still deemed to be the Pac. And I'm telling you, Colorado is still deemed to be part of the Pac-12 because they got to revise that, and it'll be next year because there's no more Pac-12. But Pac-12 had slots, so Colorado would be eligible for one of those slots or bowls that was reserved or that has first dibs on the Pac-12, the highest rated Pac-12 team that didn't make the playoffs. So,
well, we ain't gonna get the game. So I ain't no use talking about. We're not gonna get the game. So we're gonna get another game.
But thing that's funny, because the Big 12, one bowl, there are 2 bowls that get a Big 12 versus a ACC.
Yep, but they're not doing that. But it's not gonna happen this year.
And that would probably be going to whatever team
loses out of this Arizona State in our game.
Both of those teams in?
No, they got to play for the championship, for the Big 12 championship.
So how many bids the Big 12 getting?
I don't know. I mean, you don't get no bids. Shit, they don't get you get one bid from the Big 12.
I mean, the way that the guy said it, the chair of the committee, he basically said that the teams that we just saw in there's only one team that has a chance, that's not part of this 12, that pretty much has a chance to get in. That's pretty much one team.
Hey, Doug, Shador and Travis gonna play in the bowl game.
Yeah, they're gonna play.
Both of them gonna play.
Clemson.
I'm just
Clemson,
telling you.
I think, is the
both of them gonna play. And Shador is gonna go to the which one of them the East West Shrine game. And you know, cause some top quarterbacks sometimes don't go to these. He going everything. He going everything, Doc. He ain't ducking the smoke. Hold up. That's what he signed up for. And what happens is when a guy like Shador commits to those bowl games, because when you playing those, I ain't talking about this bowl game they playing here. I'm talking about those, Jimmy, you know, those special games, you know, those, I call them evaluation bowls after the game. East West Shrine, the Senior Bowl, the Hula Bowl, those bowls right there. Those are other evaluation periods where coaches can come see you. Scouts can come see you. Shador said, I'm coming. But y'all got to bring all my dudes with. Man, Colorado, Danny, every senior on their damn team going to one of them bowl games. Because you use your juice, Jimmy, to say, look, Shador don't really have to show up now. They'd already, everybody I'd have talked to, wait a minute, how many teams? It's 32 teams. Half the teams have told me he's the number one pick. So it's just unique, man. But they're gonna play. They're gonna play. They want to put some on wax, man. Jimmy Horn. They want to do it for Jimmy Horn. You gotta understand, Jimmy Horn trying to get drafted. Little old Webster trying to get drafted. And what I liked about Deion, what he said, Jimmy, he said, my guys are not. Hold on, shit. Wait a minute. Hold up, I got it out of his mouth. Wait a minute. What did he say? Watch this.
Our kids are going to play in our bowl game because that's what we signed up to do, and we're going to finish. We're not going to tap out because that throws off the structure of next season. It's a couple teams you take note. They laid an egg in the bowl game, and they hadn't recovered since. We don't plan on doing that. We plan on going out there fighting just like we fought today, regardless of where we are. I wish we had say-so in the bowl because I want to go somewhere near that our fan base could get there economically because I care about them just that much. I think we have one of the baddest mean best, fan bases in the country. I mean, they show up and show out. It was packed today. They're loud, they're boisterous, they're supportive, and I love them. I absolutely love them because I've seen it go from nothing to something. And I think we had a lot, we, not me, we had a lot to do with it, you all included, by the way you cover us, good or bad.
I want to just throw that out there, Jimmy. And who he was talking about, Doug so eloquently put it on the screen. One of the teams he was talking about, Florida State. Remember, they 12-0 last year. None of their guys went to the bowl game. They wound up being 2-10 this year, Jimmy. 2-10. Jimmy, they went from 12-0 to 2-10 in 1 year. And gave that dude all that money. But that's all. What else you got?
And I mentioned earlier, one team I think that got a chance to get in that's not in there because he basically said that these teams that we see now, them 12, because they asked him about what about teams like Miami and Ole Miss, how about maybe next week they will be able getting in the final list is put out next week for the college football playoff. And he said, well, they don't have any data. Teams that don't have any data, meaning that then they can't be considered because they don't have any data to consider for this weekend, which basically means if you ain't playing this weekend, then you ain't got a chance to get in. So what that did mean, a team like Clemson, who's playing for the championship against SMU, Clemson is at number 17. So that means Clemson beat SMU. And if they put a hammer, just say, for example, if they put the hammer, ain't they playing SMU for the championship?
Yeah, but SMU, I don't think they're going to knock SMU out, though.
I'm just saying, just say what if. Then that means Clemson would get in. But then
they
SMU
take out the last,
probably
the
at the
last
expense.
person. What, they're going to take Arizona State out? If
No,
they win, if they don't win,
Arizona State.
if they don't
The
win
Big
that,
12 is automatically getting a spot.
well then who we gonna take out? You gonna take out Indiana?
No, SMU is at number 8
Jimmy,
in the playoff rankings right now.
Jimmy, I'm
So,
telling you said
so they
Clemson
would
ain't
drop
in here
out.
yet. Who
Huh?
Clemson gonna take out?
They would SMU at number 8. They ain't at number 4. Hell, if you bump
SMU number 3.
Are they number 3? Okay.
Boise State number
So
4.
so that means now Alabama ass could be out.
Alabama ain't going nowhere.
I'm just saying. So I'm rooting for a Clemson blowout to just
I
shake
don't want
that thing
Clemson
up.
to win a damn game because I can't stand that
I'm
old
just talking
hypocrite
about for the sake of this. I ain't,
print.
talking
No,
about for
you can like what you want. I'm just telling you, I don't want them to win nothing. Because guess what he's saying? I didn't give up no. I wasn't worried about no. What are you talking about? No NIL. I wasn't worried about nothing. I wasn't worried about no transfer, and I'm still winning. I don't want him to win nothing. You can hope he win. I don't want him to win nothing. I can't stand it.
I don't necessarily ain't rooting for Dabo Sweeney.
Well, shit.
I'm saying I'm rooting for the shakeup of this college football playoff field of teams.
Well, that's you.
I'm rooting to see how they're going to solve that because, of course, that means SMU would they go from 3 and they would tumble them all the way out the top. No.
But Jimmy, the way the system is, it ain't you in the top. You know what? This is an ignorant ass formula to me. I sit on college game day, the big noon kickoff, and people going over this thing over and over, Paul Feinbaum and everybody. It's got to be that these people do what the hell they want to on this thing, man, this formula. They got another formula that you don't even know about, Jimmy. They got a contingent already for this you talking about. I just don't want Dabo ass to win. That's just me personally. I don't want him to win nothing.
It's going to be
win, not Dabo.
Because think about it. If it's a mess because, of course, the way that stuff was structured at first was in thinking about the Pac-12, and there's no Pac-12. It's been dissolved. So when this whole concept came about, they had a perfect, or what they thought was a more perfected formula in place. Now they're just shooting it from the hip as they go, and already,
Jimmy, they ain't shooting it from the hip, Jim. They know what they're doing, Jim. They know what they're doing. I'm telling you, I just said it's a crazy formula. It's a formula that they're gonna want to. Cause see, what is a formula there, Jimmy? I put it like this: it's a fluid formula. What I mean, fluid, it can move. They can move. What's your favorite word? They can move the goalposts anytime they want to.
That's what they already doing it.
Yes,
they're already doing that. And
yeah.
And my thing is, like I said, if the Clemson beats SMU convincingly, who's going to be the odd man out then? That's the thing. The Big 12 has a spot. They're champion. They have a play-in game this weekend for the Big 12. And it's going to be intriguing. Of course, they're going to move some stuff around because there's no way they would be able to let if University of Texas beats Georgia this weekend, or whoever wins that game is gonna have the bye easily. They'll be within the top 4 seeds on that game. But there's no way you're gonna have, like it is right now, it's showing Texas has the bye and Georgia has the play in as the first round, and the winner of that game will play Texas. That would be the third time they play each other. If they meet for a third time, you should definitely separate them on different sides of the bracket. That's not tasty enough for us
Jimmy,
to see.
hold up. They just texted me. Somebody watching the thing. They said, Rob, if Clemson wins in an absolutely blowout now.
They in there.
Clemson
Alabama has gone.
An absolute blowout and likely snags a first round bye. Watch this now. SMU could fall all the way from 3 out of the playoff bracket, even though Alabama did nothing to bolster its causes. Oh, my God.
See, Alabama don't have no data, you see, for this weekend. They have no data.
Oh, my God.
So no team that had no data ain't supposed to move nowhere.
Man, please don't be no blowout, Lord. I'm finna be. Hey, please don't be no blowout. I want Clemson to get beat. I don't want. I just. Y'all don't understand. I just can't stand that dismiss. Dabo Swinney is one of them ones who gonna run for governor in that state, or run for Congress, or run for senator in that state, and vote everything against. I know he's a Trumper. He gonna vote everything against black folk. I bet you 100, just like my man Tuberfield. Just like Tuberfield. I'm telling you, it's just something about Dablo. I don't know why them folks like him though. I want to go to Clemson. Man, forget him. But what else you got, man? Before we get out of here now.
Now we got of course, as promised, we had passed the quarter point for the NBA, and they've released the in-season tournament.
It's getting good.
Bracket now, and which is 4 teams from the West and 4 teams from the East. So the Houston Rockets clinched that spot the other day. They will play, I think, Golden State Warriors, while OKC Thunder will who they taking on? Dallas, taking on the Dallas Mavericks. I think, and that's on the western side, where the eastern side has the Knicks and the Hawks playing first round, while the Milwaukee will take on Orlando. Milwaukee started off the season in quite a rut and has turned things around, and despite not having as many teams not having being at full throttle because of injuries, but Milwaukee finds itself there, and Boston finds itself on the outside looking in, and that happens with this type of stuff. It's going to happen.
Yeah, Boston
every other
out.
year.
Boston out. I mean, ain't nobody worried. Boston ain't worried about this. Yeah.
And so it's Cleveland.
Indiana was in the finals last year of this thing. Last year.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying, Cleveland, the teams with the 2 best records in the NBA, neither of those 2 teams made the cut.
But Jimmy, you remember the other day the dude asked you on the show, talking about what you think about Milwaukee? And Doc, shit, they done won. Ever since then, they done won what 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
7 straight. 7 straight.
Yeah, but 9 out of 10. They're
peaking at the right time.
I just try to tell you, no, they ain't peaking at the right time now.
Well, in the right time going into this tournament, I'm talking about, as opposed right now for this in-season tournament.
They got a lot of work to do. But it killed me how people just always trying to down. Just hold on, wait on the body of work. But let me look at these standings, man. Let me look at my standings.
Yeah, so right now, as we did last year, who's the most impressive 2 teams in the East and your most impressive 2 teams in the West? At this point, who's your 2 most impressive teams? I'm going to go right now in the East, Hatter. I'm going to go easily with the Orlando Magic. Would be my A for the East. My B, second most impressive, even though they made the postseason.
What impressive?
Why
you call it impressive? What you mean by impressive?
You mean
you got to qualify that, because you leave a blanket ass thing back, then you'll come back. See, I said, tell me what you mean by impressive.
I mean, at the beginning of the season, if you said what range would this team be in at the 25 game mark, or at the 20
So
20
you
game
wouldn't
mark,
think they would be there, and they had Paulo Banchero?
not in the range of top 4, not a home court advantage, not a top 4 at this point. No, I didn't think Orlando would be top 4 right now. I'm just saying, everybody, injuries is part of the game. Orlando has been healthy for the most part.
Their best player out, Jimmy, for a while.
Which one?
Paulo is not playing.
Huh?
Paulo ain't played down there in a month.
Oh, yeah, Paulo's been out. You're right.
Tell me, no, that's what I'm saying. This team was supposed to be good, but that's yours. That's yours.
They ain't supposed to be in top 3. How the top 4? That range of top 4.
Top 3 just right now. Milwaukee Bucks was last a week ago.
Understand, your top going into the season, the consensus top 4 teams probably going into the season. It's probably been a range of maybe 6 teams in the East. You would think about it. Mind you, when we know only thing we knew at the beginning of the season that Joel Embiid would not play the first few games. That's what we was led to believe.
So
Remember?
you
And
had
Paul
them up
George
there?
wasn't-
You had them up there?
So after
I
twin,
never
we was
had them up
led.
there.
I remember. You would think, based on the intel the general public had, that Joel Embiid wouldn't play the first week. Paul George and I gonna play opening night. So other than that, the band would make their debut in about 5 games in, which that was cool. So I mean, you really had reason to believe that Philly would have been in the top 6 in the East by the time you get to 20, 25, 23 games in. Yeah. Of course, you thought Milwaukee Bucks would be up in there. Of course, you thought the New York Knicks would be up in there, right? So that means that's 3 of the teams.
I didn't know Cleveland was going to be in there.
Boston Celtics was a free space in bingo, right?
I didn't know Cleveland was going to be there.
So Cleveland, of
that's
course,
the most impressive to me.
Cleveland would be my B team in the East next to Orlando because Cleveland made the playoffs last year. Orlando did too, I think.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
So, but Cleveland, remember, they was in the playoffs without Jared Allen.
Jimmy, they fired their damn coach, Jimmy. See, that's what you got. They fired their coach. They was talking about breaking up the 2 players. If the 2 players were having friction, hell no, I didn't think Cleveland was going to be there. Because the 2 guards, one of the guards' agents told me, I got to get him away from around that other mother. I got to get him away from around there. Darren Garland was gone. And now they found a way to come back and coexist and break off 15 wins in a row. I didn't see that happening. Got to remember, when you fire a coach, you don't know what's going to happen. But that guy came in, what's the guy's name? The coach's name. Oh, I know his name. But keep talking. He come in and he got these dudes. That's the dude that they fired at New Jersey. Kyrie and them got fired at New Jersey.
Kenny Atkinson.
Atkinson.
Yeah.
You know what, Jimmy? You know what they tell me? He's one of the most, I ain't never really met him. Everybody in the NBA, in the front office, and the owners around the league, he got away when he walk in the room. Everybody love him. He one of them kind. Just in case y'all didn't know, that's the jacket on. So whatever team, he gonna always be able to talk to any team he want to. He'll be able to do whatever he want to. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. That's his thing about the league. Would you want to go over to the West now?
And so
Houston Rockets, I didn't know they was gonna be here. I didn't know they was gonna be number 2.
What's the range in the top 4?
I didn't know they was gonna be in no range, Jim. I just said, remember last year what I did? I guaranteed they'd make the playoffs. Watch this, Jimmy. They were 41-41. If they would have been in the East, they'd have been in the playoffs. Just happened that West was balling last year. So they didn't make the playoffs. So, but I wouldn't have never thought. So I'm impressed by them at being in this place right now. Should have won that game last night. And should have won that game last night.
What's your other team? What's the second? What's the second?
Surprising? You know what? The Clippers are surprising me. Because I already knew this boy was going to get hurt. You know, he wasn't going to play and all that old other stuff. They don't know. I ain't never seen nothing like that. And I didn't know James was going to start playing this good. I ain't going to even tell you no lie. So what's impressive to me about the way James Harden is playing, and I ain't nobody talking about him. I ain't even talked about it. But he has been playing. I can't believe the Clippers in the 5th spot. I just can't. That's got to be the most impressive to me.
So the West is fairly easy on the most surprising team because it's you expect OKC to be there. You expect the Dallas Mavericks to be in the range.
Yeah.
The Memphis Grizzlies with a well-rested Ja Morant, you expected them to be in the range,
right?
Or in that range, meaning at least the top 6 or 4, 5, 6s, and that's where they are right there. Phoenix Suns, you expect them back, despite the injuries but they're not alone with injuries. Everybody has injuries right now. So you expected Phoenix to be right in that range. Well, I expect Phoenix to be a little bit higher than the 6th seed. I expect them to be around about 4-ish, but they are there. Golden State, same thing. It's and we're talking about a matter of a half a game to a game can separate the 7 seed from the 3 seed right now. So they don't get tricked just because you see a team.
Jimmy, but I'm gonna tell you something to take a look at though. Y'all, I don't know if people have been watching this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 teams in the West are over 500. Are close to 500, are right round 500. 12 teams in the West. Ain't but, hold up, Jimmy. Ain't but 2, 4, 6 teams in the East is hovering around there. Miami hovering, but this West, boy, this West ain't playing. And if Wemby need to stop shooting all them damn threes, but I'm just telling you, keep going. I'm sorry.
And and so I use this as a comparison sometimes when I use about grassroots ball or team or high school teams, when I always say their 7, 8, 9 players is better than your 7, 8, 9 players. And that's like a lot of times in the state of Texas, our talent pool is sliced up amongst so many different teams. So that means when we go and when a lot of times when you're facing some teams from certain areas, their bench, their 5 off the bench is going to in many cases will be greater than our 5 off the bench, because those 5 off the bench are like number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 ranked in the state. Our 5 might be something like number 14 in the state, number 23 in the state, number 40 in the state, number 60 in the state, number 61 in the state. So, and that I'm just saying, in compatibility. So I'm looking at the East versus West in this NBA. When those numbers that he just presented about the potency level of so many teams that are at or above 500 right now at the quarter mark. If you go down to the bottom, right, and if they had a tournament, and in this tournament, it would be, just say, Minnesota, Sacramento, Portland, Utah, and the Pelicans would have to go up against the Washington Wizards, 76ers, Charlotte Hornets, Toronto, and Detroit. The money would weigh heavily on those 5, the bottom 5 of the West. It weigh heavy on them. And so it just goes right now, the West is twice as potent, especially from the bottom end up and in the middle. You're thinking about a team like Golden State is at the 7th seed right now. The Denver Nuggets is holding the 8th seed right now.
The Lakers.
The Lakers 9 seed, ain't nothing new for the Lakers. That's the range they was in last year. Right?
They got 2 of the best players in the world.
Yeah, but it's a big gap. Remember, once again, that 6, 7, 8 guy off the bench is not compatible to many other teams' 6, 7, 8, 9 guy. And that's one of the things. And of course, speaking of the Lakers, Jared Vanderbilt, who's a role guy with them, he's out at least until January. They're expecting.
What is wrong with him?
He had a little leg injury. He had a leg injury. Then he had 2. He must have went and got some bunions or something off his foot. He had the procedure on both feet. I mean,
I
both,
kept
on
up
both
with
of his.
I forgot shit. I've been out here this long. I forgot he was out here.
What happened to Wood? Where Wood at?
Wood's something wrong with him. I don't know.
Wood, you remember it was just 2 years ago where Wood was telling the Rockets, "Hey man, I ain't taking that money right there, man. I'm better than that. I ain't no. I'm an all-star caliber."
Excuse me. The NBA has a way of humbling you. Watch all that old talk. What's your boy name? What's your boy name? Or you used to love the Superman? No, you didn't like him. But Cousins and Dwight Howard. The league has a way. Those 2 guys could help somebody, but don't nobody want them on their team. You got to watch what, man. You got to watch it around there, man. that NBA, it's some things that I can't say on this thing. But boy, NBA mean no boys allowed. That's all I'm gonna say. He said that dude the Lakers
So
got from the Heat ain't giving absolutely. That dude from the that guy from the Heat is terrible.
he's awful.
Terrible.
He's awful.
Terrible.
The rookie has supplanted him
Oh, the
already.
rookie is that dude.
He's supplanted him already. You know.
The rookie that dude.
Now, as somebody just reminded us, what are your two biggest disappointments in each conference? In the
Philly.
West, I'm going to go with Minnesota right now. And number 2, I would go with the Pelicans.
I'm not disappointed, Jimmy. They falling right where I want, so I ain't got no disappointment. I knew Sacramento wasn't gonna be nothing. I knew Minnesota wasn't gonna be nothing. I tried to tell y'all, I don't get too excited about this team. Then you got the guy that's supposed to be their leader talking about everybody on the damn team. Calling them soft, talking about everybody on the team. We just can't talk to each other. Because you got to know who to talk to and how to talk to people. They ain't got no leader. They ain't got no leader. So I knew Minnesota wasn't going to be good. So Pelicans, Jimmy.
Man, 4-18, Hatter. 4-18. I can see. I don't got no problem with you being
Jimmy,
in last place.
Jimmy, the dude that I depended on ain't played. He didn't play for 6 games.
You depended on Zion?
I depended on him.
And what did he do to make you depend on him?
He one of my favorite players in the world that I want. Jimmy, go look at his numbers while he was playing. Unfreaking stoppable. My problem is he got to have him something to eat. Jimmy, the man went to a tattoo parlor the other day. I had it on video yesterday. He went to a tattoo parlor. Jimmy, instead of him just getting a tattoo, they had food at the tattoo parlor in his big ass in there.
It's happy hour.
Come on, man. So I didn't expect Jimmy. I was hoping for the best because I love Zion Williamson's game. I can't help it. I just ain't nothing y'all can do about it. When I like it, ain't nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry.
Well, Zion. It appears that Zion's future in New Orleans is
I talked about it yesterday.
Very, very, very
Coming to it.
transparently limited, and they are
But
probably.
he got a chance to get it back, Jim.
Yeah, but he better get back and win. Think about it. It's Hatter. Another couple of weeks, they're gonna be in tanking mode.
But Jimmy, if he meet his weight standards 6 more times, if he meet his weight, but it don't look like for the video I saw you on, then he get 20% of his money. He get
okay. So would that be worth? Okay, that's you.
Me as a
That's not worth.
me as a person,
That's
or
not
me as a
worth.
10.
That's not worth going and get that Ozempic.
I don't know nothing enough about Ozempic.
I'm just saying just
I
entertaining the theory.
I don't know enough about it. I don't know.
I'm just entertaining the theory of it, but based on just say if you obviously you got to be physically more healthy than not as far as because you passed your physical back in September. So obviously August whenever they take those physicals for the NBA. So obviously he's that point. I'm saying if I'm about to stand to lose that type of money, what would that what how much is that? You say 20%?
Jimmy, what did you mean? He knew he was gonna lose it. It's in his contract.
So what about range is that? We talking what 20 mil? No,
Jimmy. I'm finna mess you up, man. Hold up. Where my Zion? I had the whole list of this boy's stuff. Shit, I'm in the wrong place. I'm sorry. Jimmy, Zion. I feel sorry for not feel sorry for him because I shouldn't feel sorry for nobody, none of them people. But Jimmy, all right. In 2022, now follow me now. He signed a 5-year deal for $197. You were happy to sign it, right?
So that's about 40. That's about 40, right? At about 38 and a half.
He was happy than assisting, whatever. So the final 3 years of his contract is not guaranteed because Zion only played in 29 games last year, triggering the clause that allows New Orleans to waive him outright at the end of this year. Now, right now, it's in their hands. Jimmy, they can waive him like you was about to, they can waive him outright and just let him go. Right? But there are some avenues for Zion to have portions of his salary or entirety of it. It becomes guaranteed again. But he have to do this. 20% of the salary for next season will become guaranteed if he passes all 6 of his weight checkpoints this season. His body weight has to be less than 295 pounds. And like I said, the way that picture look, if I show you that video, you're going to say, Hatter, he ain't going to get it. Then another 40%, Jimmy, if he plays at least 41 games. And that's
This year.
this year. And that's getting a little dicey, Jimmy, because he had a point where all these games he's missed, right? And an additional 20%, Jimmy, if he plays at least 51 games. Again, that's dicey. Then the final 20% is guaranteed if he plays 61 games, which he ain't gonna do that this year. So he ain't gonna get that money. He about to miss that. My thing is, Jimmy, would you waive him? I just let him go for nothing.
Well, it's a lot of other things that factors in there too into that as well. Meaning that how many times you got to realize how many times have he been satisfactory of their requests and demands other than just that. It's other stuff too, like being the meetings on time. Did you,
Jimmy, his contract ain't got nothing to do with that.
Well, I'm just saying, but if ownership has a decision to make, a lot of things like that. How's your relationship with the coach?
Let me tell you what they say about him. The greatest kid in the world. They love him. Jimmy, he just fired his agency 2 days ago. The people who did this contract for him.
Well, they don't love him no more.
He still got to pay him.
I'm saying they don't love him no more. That means you
but
anytime you get fired, you ain't happy.
But hold up. They ain't got to pay him if this contract, he ain't got to pay nobody because he ain't gonna have no money. He ain't gonna have that money because his contract gonna get void. All I'm saying, would you waive him? Brian Simmons, would you waive him? Let him go for nothing? What team do you think will roll the dice and get his ass and give him some more money? Because he gonna ask for some more money because they finna take his money away.
He go to Charlotte. Go home.
No, Jimmy. It's a new regime down there, buddy. They ain't playing no games down there. That's a new regime down there.
Whoever you go to, remember now, wherever he goes, he's gonna be an angel for at least. He's gonna be eating salads.
Coach, he's still an angel.
I'm talking about in regards to satisfying those types of demands, because whoever gets you going to actually put similar demand or requirements or stipulations on you, and so that means I'm saying that now you eating potato chips, you're going to be in prove it mode, because you're going that when you first get there, at least first few weeks, he's gonna be eating salads.
And Jimmy, that happened to be the worst ran team in the whole NBA.
Is which one?
New Orleans. The worst ran team in the whole NBA. Front office, I'm talking about, overall, the worst. Don't nobody like dealing with them. Let me give you something, Jimmy. Let me give you something. Jimmy, this year, them 6 games he played in, 22.7 points a game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 45%. It ain't his talent. He get hurt, and then he be fat. And then he go and do this. Where is that? That's his damn problem. He can't hurt. He wasn't trying to get hurt. But Jimmy, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He was balling. So who gonna take a chance on that? Because he gonna ask for the money now. He gonna ask for the money.
I mean, somebody's going to sign him, but at the same time, the
I don't
risk
know,
versus
Jimmy.
reward.
I don't know.
He would have to go. He would have a whole off season to prove
Yeah,
that his product
yeah.
is worth taking that investment in, because his
Absolutely.
body is going to
Absolutely.
show.
Absolutely.
He will have enough sample size of time to lose the required weight. That's what I'm saying. So before the season even starts, that ain't the issue. The issue is they would know going into training camp if he's a new person. And the thing is, if they waive him, he clears. How they go when they waive him, he clears what he can put himself in a position where he can pick his own team.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he should
But
be in no
Jimmy, he
hurry.
can't pick no team. Jimmy, you don't understand the fever out in the space right now is not favorable for him. That's all I'm able to say right now. It's not favorable.
I know that it's not favorable for fat Zion, but I'm saying is,
Well, that's all we got right now, Jimmy.
no, I'm talking about after this season is over with.
Yeah, well,
We're
we
talking
got to
about
worry
going,
about
because the
that later.
question
We got
is
to worry about that
about
later.
another team taking him. For another team to take him, meaning that New Orleans would have to have waived him. So that means all put him on the blocks to try to get some compatible trade or maybe a multi-team deal to move him. So that means for them to get to that point, that means they wipe their hands clean and say, the hell
That
with
man
it.
said Pat Riley will get him into shape. Pat Riley don't get people in shape, man. Pat Riley run people away who are not self-motivated to be in shape. Pat Riley don't get nobody in shape. You can't even come, and you can't even be around the facility, Herb, if you're not in shape. You go get in shape somewhere else and come back when you are in Atlanta. Pat Riley ain't gonna get him in shape. That's the bottom line. He got to do something wherever he is. Y'all don't know the stories of Pat Riley? He said, go home. You don't need to be in this building if you ain't in shape. Everybody walking this building better be in shape. There's strength in numbers. And
so
you want
now
that we don't need yet.
So now, again, what was your two most disappointing teams that you said from the West?
It was them. The Pelicans.
And who's the other one?
I didn't. I ain't really disappointed. I told you I ain't really disappointed. Everybody else fell where I thought they should fall. I didn't think none of the Jazz. I didn't think none of Portland. I didn't think none of San.
You don't think that we would think that Denver would
I
have been
ain't
in the top
disappointed
tier?
in them. I ain't disappointed in them. I just ain't
Then-
disappointed in them. I ain't never. Jimmy, what I did, I watched Jamal Murray this summer at the Olympics. Something was wrong with him at the Olympics, in the preseason, in the beginning of the season. So I never expected nothing because Jamal Murray ain't Jamal Murray. You don't even hear nobody talk about him no more. They talking about Russell Westbrook more than him. So I did not expect that. I did not expect that. Excuse me. I'm not surprised that they're not, but the season ain't over. See, I'm not finna throw no, when you got the Joker on your team, when you got Giannis on your team, that's why I didn't understand you people talking about Milwaukee. Talking about what Doc ain't. But I know what, hold up. I know what Giannis is. I know what Dame is. If I was them, I'd tell everybody on the team, don't y'all shoot until we can't shoot. Bobby Portis, garbage. Straight garbage. But that's all. I ain't got no. Who yours? I'm not.
Well, I gave mine. Mine was Minnesota and the Pelicans were my A and B, because you made Minnesota because they made those offseason trades and
worst trade in
also
history.
coming off.
Worst trade in history.
And then so this trade was supposed to have solved a rift between their two big men at the time, that was Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. So this was supposed to have been the solution, which enabled Ant-Man to propel and put this team and take them into new horizons. Well, they're Right now, they're a 500 team. So that's disappointing to me. They're not supposed to, right now. Understand, a lot of basketball to play, but we're treating this quarter mark, 25% of the season is gone. We're treating this as though if this was the end of the season right now. These where these guys are. And you look at it from them eyes, who's the most disappointing? I start over to the east side of the picture, and my most disappointing team in the east to me is the Philadelphia 76ers, even though because they too made trades and acquisitions in the offseason that was supposed to send them, propel them into new horizons. Hey, then at the same time, you made decisions when regarding to your most prized, coveted part of the process, and which you had basically influenced everybody to trust, has now become untrustworthy, and that is Joel Embiid. The second most disappointing team in the East right now at the 20 at this mark, I was I would say I would say I would say Indiana. I would say Indiana because is a Halliburton who basically had went to the Olympics, was basically playing walk-on minutes in the Olympics, and I read in a couple of quotes that he's basically going to like like uh, like the Boston Celtics, they had motivation. In other words, he's going to use this season as motivation to show and prove that he should have played more minutes, that he should have been playing in front of some other guys. So this was going to be his proving point, his proving ground to everybody. Well, right now,
He's
Indiana
stinking
Pacers
the place up.
9-13. 9-13. They're disappointing to me. They're disappointing to me.
He's stinking the place up.
Yeah, indeed. So those are my two. Who your two in the East?
Let me look right quick. Who my two? Who my two, man? You know who my two is? You know who my two is? Let me look back in them. Let me look back in NBA. Who is my two? So we can get out of here. Y'all, he's saying, hey man, y'all done had my
Yeah.
granddaddy long enough. All of them falling right where I want them to fall, Jimmy. See, all of them falling where I didn't know Philly was gonna be this bad.
Yeah. 5-14. 5-14.
Yeah, I didn't know Philly was gonna be that bad. And that's really it. Indiana, Indiana,
Yeah.
they were Halliburton is just terrible, man. Y'all got to look at him. Somebody go look at his splits right now. He act like he don't act like the same guy last year. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life.
He turned into Jamal Murray. That's what he turning into.
Okay. But Philly, they hurt. Ain't nobody there. I mean, what y'all expect? They got to do with fingernails leading the team right now, Jimmy. They got to do with fingernail polish on every game. He leading the team. Jerry McClain killing. But them Washington Wizards, Jimmy, I don't know what they do. Jimmy, they might ban them from the league, man.
They awful.
When I tell you awful,
heavy trash.
is anybody else that bad? No, ain't nobody else that bad. They done won 2 games, man.
Kuzma, he's stuck there, ain't he?
Yeah, but he's a loser. He wanted to go there.
No, but remember, he's 2. When he went there, he said he's going to prove that the Lakers made a mistake and he's way better than what y'all. He's going to prove and take this team to the playoffs. Washington is 2-17, guys. They've lost 10 straight games, but unbelievable, man. But yeah, that's pretty much on the NBA front. Of course, don't forget now. Speaking of NBA tonight, you got the Lakers at Miami. You have Indiana at Brooklyn. You have Minnesota at the Clippers. That's the late game tonight, 9:30. Atlanta at Milwaukee. And, of course, Detroit at Boston. And those are the games on tap on this Wednesday. But anyway, it's time to slide on down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing
Bye-bye.
on this Women Rock Wednesday. We make sure all you ladies out there, you take care. Fellas, give them a hand, give them a share on your way out the door. You're gonna share this show, and we're gonna see you on tomorrow, which is Baby Friday.
Yes, sir.
And there are tournaments all around the greater Houston area. You can go over to rcssports.com.
This weekend?
Starting tomorrow. They got tournaments and games in the morning. And
Like
I have 10 games to see on Thursday posted on the front of RCS Sports right now, and have brackets to a lot of the events that are taking place through the month of December. I have those brackets and schedules in the VIP news. You can go and check that out. One thing about it, RCS Sports, the #1 info source of Greater Houston basketball. Check it out for yourself, and we'll see you on tomorrow. Peace. We up out of here.
We are. Thank y'all.
Make sure get you some good sport. Get you
got
good
some.
sport. Get your electrolyte. Put this in this bottle.
Jimmy, they ain't got none out here. They ain't good.
Yeah, hey.
It must be a regional thing. They ain't got it out here.
Oh, they ain't got it out there? Oh, we got to get you some out there. Hey, you put this in that bottle, he'll be like one of them gremlins. He going to be flying all them electrolytes getting out. Boy, hey, he going to turn, it'll be like Popeye eating some spinach, boy. You put that thing in this bottle.
You got to tell everybody bye-bye.
We up out of here.
All right. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. Man, get out of here, man. Bye.
Oh, now you don't want to talk.
Yeah, you don't want to. So bye-bye.
There you go. Hey, chop shop.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.